My journey in film started a long time ago now. It wasn't always about these big faith stories, not at first. I learned the ropes down in Australia, cutting my teeth. Then Hollywood called, and that was a different beast altogether. I did a bit of everything back then: action, drama, historical pieces. You learn by doing, by being on set, by making mistakes and getting a few things right. It was all about finding my voice as a storyteller, you see. Building the skills, one film at a time, brick by brick, to lay a solid foundation for what was to come later in my career. Then, faith started to become more central in my life. And naturally, it began to influence my work, my choices. I felt a kind of calling, a strong pull. There was a need stirring inside me to tell different kinds of stories, stories that had a deeper meaning, a resonance that went beyond just entertainment, stories that mattered to me on a soul level that explored the human spirit. It wasn't a sudden switch, mind you, not like flipping a light. It was more of a slow burn, a growing conviction over many years. A realization that film could be more, so much more. It could be a testament. This path, this desire to make films rooted in faith, it wasn't about chasing trends. It was, and still is, deeply personal for me. I wanted to use the medium of film to explore the big questions. The ones that keep us up at night: life, death, sacrifice, sin, forgiveness, redemption. These are universal themes, of course, they touch everyone. But I felt a strong urge to look at them through a specific lens. The lens of my Christian faith. It's a powerful lens, I tell you. It brings things into a very sharp, sometimes uncomfortable focus. And it demands absolute honesty from the storyteller. So Icon Productions became the vehicle for this vision. It wasn't just about making any film that came along. It was about creating films that could genuinely challenge people. Films that could inspire, and yes, even provoke, thought and debate. We wanted to make movies that stayed with you, long after the credits rolled and the lights came up. Movies that sparked conversations around the dinner table, or in church, or just within yourself. This was the new direction, a path I felt utterly compelled to follow. Some folks said it was a risk, a gamble. But faith isn't about playing it safe, is it? The Passion of the Christ. That was a big one, a monumental undertaking. It's a story everyone thought they knew, perhaps too well, but I wanted to show it in a way that was raw, unflinching, and visceral, the way it might have truly been, stripping away centuries of sanitized imagery. It wasn't an easy film to get made, believe me. Many doors in Hollywood slammed shut. Many people said no, said it was too controversial, too violent. But the story, that powerful story of sacrifice, it needed to be told, in its full, unvarnished intensity. I believed in it with every fiber of my being. We focused relentlessly on authenticity for that film. We used Aramaic, Latin, and Hebrew, the actual languages spoken at the time. We delved deep into the historical details, the customs, the environment, the brutality. Yes, it's there and it's hard to watch, but that was part of the reality of it. Alongside that, we had to show the immense love, the profound sacrifice. It had to feel real, almost too real. The goal was for people to experience it, not just passively watch it on a screen. We aimed to immerse the audience in that pivotal moment in human history. Then, some years later, came Hacksaw Ridge. Now this wasn't strictly a biblical story in the same vein, but it was undeniably a story of profound Christian faith in action. Desmond Doss, what a man, a conscientious objector in the inferno of World War II, who saved so many lives. And he did it without ever firing a single shot, armed only with his Bible and his convictions. His unwavering faith was his shield. His courage was his true weapon. That's a Christian hero, a different kind of warrior, and his story resonated deeply with my own beliefs about courage, principle, and divine assistance. These films, and others like them that we strive to make, they are more than just movies. We intend for them to be experiences, spiritual journeys even. They aim to bring ancient stories, ancient truths, to a modern audience that might be disconnected from them. To make these narratives immediate, urgent, and deeply relevant to lives today. We use the full power of cinema to achieve this. The visuals, the sound design, the music, the performances. All of it is geared towards making these narratives come alive, to stir something within, to touch the soul. It's about making the historical profoundly personal. Directing these kinds of films, these sacred stories, is a unique challenge. It's a heavy responsibility, one I don't take lightly. You are handling material that is central to the faith of millions, billions of people. So, profound respect for the source material is absolutely key. It's non-negotiable. But at the same time, you must bring an artistic vision to it. You can't afford to be timid or overly cautious when you're trying to convey something so powerful. You have to be bold in your choices. You have to be willing to take creative risks, to make people feel deeply and uncomfortably at times. My style as a director? I suppose you could say it's intense, immersive. I like to get right in there, close to the characters, to show their humanity in all its messy glory, their struggles, their doubts, their pain, their moments of grace, their ultimate triumphs. I use the camera as a tool to draw the audience in, to make them feel like a participant in the events unfolding, not just a detached observer. Sound is also absolutely crucial in my films. It builds the world, it creates atmosphere, it heightens the emotion. Every single detail matters when you're trying to transport an audience to another time and place. Producing these films through Icon Productions is about bringing all the complex pieces of the puzzle together, finding the right cast who can embody these iconic figures, assembling the right crew, artists who are masters of their craft, securing the right locations that can double for ancient lands. It's a massive logistical and creative undertaking, especially with period pieces that demand such attention to detail. You need a dedicated team that shares the core vision, a team that's committed to the story above all else. We look for that fire, that passion. Film is a collaborative art, but the central vision must be strong and clear. We strive for historical accuracy wherever possible. That's very important to us. We do our research, but it's also critically important to capture the spirit, the emotional and spiritual essence of the story. Sometimes strict historical fact might be debated or unknown, and sometimes you have to interpret, to make artistic choices to convey a deeper truth. That's where the artistry of filmmaking comes into play. It's a delicate balance, a constant negotiation, between fidelity to the source material and the demands of creating compelling cinematic storytelling. It's a fine line to walk, but a necessary one for these narratives to connect. The themes we explore in these films are timeless, I believe. They speak to the core of the human experience. Faith, of course, is central, but also sacrifice, redemption, unconditional love, forgiveness, the eternal battle between good and evil, light and darkness. These are the pillars of the stories that I'm drawn to tell. They explore the complexities of the human condition, our profound weaknesses and failings, but also our incredible potential for courage, for goodness, for greatness, our deep-seated need for something beyond ourselves, for meaning, for transcendence. These are not just Christian themes, they are profoundly human themes, explored through a lens of faith. These films, particularly The Passion, have certainly made an impact, there's no denying that. They've sparked intense debate worldwide. They've also deeply inspired countless people, strengthening their faith or causing them to re-examine it. They've shown that faith-based films can be artistically powerful, and yes, commercially viable, which was a surprise to many in the industry. I think they've helped open doors for other filmmakers, for them to feel empowered to tell their own stories of faith from their own perspectives. That's a good thing for cinema. More diverse voices, more varied perspectives, it enriches the entire landscape. The criticism? Well, that always comes with the territory, doesn't it? Especially when you tackle sensitive subjects head-on, when you don't shy away from the difficult or controversial aspects of a story. Not everyone is going to agree with your interpretation, or your artistic methods, or even the fact that you made the film at all. But that's okay, that's part of the process. Art, true art, should provoke. It should make you think. It should make you question yourself and the world around you. If a film does that, if it gets under your skin, then it has in many ways done its job effectively. So what's next on the horizon? The story is far from over. There are many more powerful stories of faith and courage that are waiting to be told. The Passion of the Christ Resurrection is a project that I'm deeply invested in and have been for many years. It's a massive undertaking, perhaps even bigger and more complex than the first film. It deals with the ultimate story of hope and triumph over death. We continue to develop other projects at Icon Productions that explore these kinds of powerful, transformative narratives. The mission definitely continues. Faith remains the driving force, and I truly believe the best is yet to come.